bitch, I made it out the ghetto. Feel like I'm a ghetto angel. Percocets, I'm on 11, never when I turn an angel. Boxing men from different ways.
Before we accept total defeat,
We smack down nigga current angle. Boxing men from different ways. We smack down nigga current angle. Shooters creeping in that car. Bullets.
first we have to look up the paint code for the Chrysler. These are spray cans too as well, so we're gonna see how it come up. And we're not gonna really be able to blend it. I got quoted from the person who fixed the back. They told me $1,000 to paint it and blend it, which is not horrible, but at the end of the day, I'd rather try myself just like anything else. We're gonna need something called Bulldog, which helps the paint stick to the plastic. We're gonna need the actual paint that is red, and then we're gonna need clear coat. Side note, man, this is another Copart build if you're new here. I got this from Copart over a year ago, and this thing came with 1,000 horsepower to the wheels, not 1,000 horsepower like everybody be trying to claim. And this thing got cam, throttle body, full exhaust, long tube headers, upper, lower pulley, and was only E85. We took it off, but almost 15 months later, and the only lights we got on here is airbag. When I changed to these red seat belts, obviously I didn't do it right, and I never took it apart to look at it. So Copart could definitely be a good grab sometime. This Hellcat is a prime example of how it can work out in your hands perfectly. Hopefully we don't mess these bumpers up, man. Would you try to paint your own bumper? I don't want to downplay it, but I mean, I know blending it helps it a lot, so it might be a little bit of a different color. So I went online and pretty much found all the colors for 2016 Chrysler. This is the only one that's red, so we're going to take this color code and we're going to Google it to make sure it's exactly the same before we make a mistake. A quick Google search shows us the exact same Chrysler. I'm going to tell them my paint code, and they're going to put it in a spray can for me. Alright, man, after going in there, they pretty much said it's better if I bring a piece of the car so they can make sure exact paint match, because there's so many variants to that paint code. It says about 4 or 5. So the quickest thing we can take off is the side skirt, so we're going to go do that. You know, it would be more than just spraying some adhesive on it, spraying a spray paint and clear coat if the bumper was a different color. But we did order them and we checked the description. It did say primed already, but we would have to sand it and do all these extra steps if it did not come like that. Hopefully they get this paint on a dime and it's gonna be A1, because he said bring a piece and he'll make sure it matches to the T. As you see, they say no guarantee unless you bring a piece. Get a cut center, beautiful. So we spent about $135 in there. We got 4 cans of the red. This is clear coat, and this is the Bulldog. Like I said, the Bulldog's going to help the paint stick. As we casually driving past the paint shop, why there's a 300 bumper down there? Like, damn, what I need off that drum? Somebody macked.
Okay.
All right, so we back at the Chrysler, and no more tape holding them on. We did eventually get the wings to hold it. Today is probably the worst day to try to paint outside because it's very windy, but we're going to see. I didn't even tell you guys, they tried to break into the Hellcat, man. Let's see. My Instagram app right there on this broken window. So we got the back bumper off. Pretty much looking how when we first got it. Man, so we got the bumper in the backyard. We're just going to be cleaning it up. I just grabbed some water and soap, something real simple. Obviously not perfect, we don't got a paint booth, but we're gonna make it work, so let's get to it.
I stand on so much business, I don't own it. I'm with a young smacker, he done killed more people than Corona did. Yeah, I'm in.
Alright, man, so I did a quick wipe down. As you see, we don't even got a real stand. We're gonna sacrifice the chair with a little bit of spray paint on it. Let's go get the Bulldog, and we're gonna put a coat on it, let it dry for about 15 minutes.
4-wheel drive SUV, doing donuts in it. It's supercharged, my money super large. You don't gotta believe anything I said, but the school.
We give it about 10 minutes to dry. It's pretty much looking dry. There's no going back now. Well, there's no going back because there's no returns on the paint. So let's try it.
Cause I told the truth. When them niggas got on your ass and you call my phone, nigga, who rode with you? Who blow with you?
Alright, so we're pretty much done. First coat, that literally was about 3 minutes. But I'd rather do a bunch of coats than do over painting and mess it up.
We rich forever, dirty money never clean. I got some cream. I done got my bitch on drugs and I done got my dog on lean. Don't ask me what I'm.
Kind of see the color popping out a little more. So it's definitely not as red as I thought, but we did buy 2 cans per bumper, so we're just gonna run through it all and just keep on coats. Alright, so that's coat number 4, and sadly I oversprayed crazy. I should have put something on the ground. This is really a backyard build, but the red is definitely sticking. You can definitely see it now. It's not really looking like the color yet, But hopefully they got on the money and that clear coat is gonna really make it pop.
Sippin' nigga, this codeine, promethazine, not sipping green. Bodie walks you down and now shit flee the scene. So many shooters.
Alright, so this is definitely not the exact color, but the paint shop told me the clear is really gonna give it that shine. We're still hoping for the best. It's just up to the paint shop matched it. But I did take the side skirt there, so there's no reason this joint should be looking soggy. Alright, we're officially back with our clear coat. Let's see if this thing really pops.
Brief intermission, neck twisting. Type of diamonds got them glitching. Type of money that I'm getting. Turn your Christian, hallelujah.
I put the first clear coat on there. It gave it a little bit of shine for sure, but it's definitely not looking like the same red. I thought clear was going to really make it pop. But hopefully they didn't let me down. Let's go look at the Chrysler real quick while this dries. All right, well, we went and got the side skirt we took off, and as you can see, this definitely got a lot more shine. So I'm going to keep faith in this clear coat. I don't know, I'm a little skeptical right now, but of course spray cans is not always going to be 100%, but I would at least thought it'd be a little closer, but we're going to see. All right, man, we just put our second coat on there. It's getting a little bit of shine, but it's still not looking like that. I did look it up. It says it takes 24 hours to cure, and it's not really the temperature outside for this to be drying quickly. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. It's still not giving that shine, but it does say it takes a while. It definitely got a little bit of reflection going, but to the eye, it does not look like that. I know you can wet sand it and give it a little bit more shine, so that might be what's needed, but tell me what you guys think so far. I definitely did not have extremely high hopes with using a spray can, but $135 compared to $1,000 is a big difference. And with this being a Copart build, as long as it passes inspection, we just gotta see it through at this point and find out.
24 hours later.
And so I had to have him right next to the car. You can definitely tell that's not matched. I feel like I did a good job. I just feel like maybe the paint place did not give me the exact color, because this doesn't even really make sense. This is a whole darker clear coat. Don't really feel like it give it this much shine, but a little disappointing. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm very much disappointed. You can see the big ass difference in color. I don't know, man. We're gonna try pass inspection. We might just have to wrap this joint, because this is horrible, bruh. Definitely lost a little bit of motivation, but I'm gonna try a different technique. Just trial and error my first time, so this is not how to technically, but let's get it done. So we got the front bumper right here. We're gonna slap the adhesive on here. I'm gonna catch you guys after I slap a coat or two on. I showed you the steps last time. Let's see if this one comes out better. All right, man, I done did about 3 coats of base paint and about 3 coats of clear coat, and this is the final product. I'm going to definitely assume that the paint shop probably didn't make the color exactly right. And no big deal. Happy to try myself. It wasn't that bad. I know also you need a blend. I'm sure black and white cars are a little easier to get away with. The bumper's pretty much together, and I run into some type of side quest. Look at this. Why is it water in here? I guess I'm kind of out of luck. I had the bumper for about 2 weeks now. I know I didn't do anything to get water in here, so we might just have to buy a fog light. We're gonna try to get the water out and hope it still works. I didn't even get to ever plug them in. Like, but it is what it is. eBay, count your days. All right, so we got all the pieces and fog light. I don't know if it's gonna work, but to complete the bumper, we need this top piece, and that is right here. So you guys think it's gonna look like once it hits that daylight? And I risked my chair for this, so hopefully it goes out nice. So before we bring the bumper out, the fog lights came with this harness. I'm going to assume yellow is to dim the lights, white is to turn on the lights, and red and black is just power. So I'm going to try to figure it out. This bumper didn't come with no instructions. After looking all in the fuse box, I don't really see nowhere I want to connect these, so I'm going to go get some plugs and I'm going to connect it into the headlight harness, probably the best option. So let's run the AutoZone right now. Alright, so we got these AutoZone definitely taxed, and these was $15, but this is going to be able to help us spice into the wire. So let's get back to the car. So we got the lights on, and the white wire is not in fact the one to turn it on. As you see, it's not on, but if we tap the yellow on there, you might see it turn on real quick. So we got to swap these wires out. Alright, so they both work even though that one got water in it, but we're going to set it down. We're going to see what this white wire, what this extra wire does. We're going to give it power and see what happens. Okay, so it dims it, and we don't need no dimming, so we're going to leave this out. Now, I'm not going to lie, this front bumper, it's not exact match, but it's definitely a lot closer than that back. Like this is just horrible. You could tell I definitely done put a good clear coat on there.
He parked his car behind the gate. He let me throw you up. We bought security for no reason. We all toting guns. She let me fuck the first night. That bitch a hole in one.
You could definitely see it's a pitch darker, but that back is just way thrown off. Tell me what you guys think. Is it good enough to pass inspection? I come over here, yeah, I think they just gave me the wrong color, honestly. But from far, definitely looks not that noticeable. Definitely gotta remember, this is my first time, and I also let the body shop custom paint for real, because when I told them paint code, they said there's like 8 different options for that paint code. Next time, I'm gonna just buy exact match and not sit here and let them, because I feel like this would be a lot closer if I just bought the right one instead of them doing it in-house. Before we accept total defeat, we're gonna wet sand it and we're gonna polish and buff it. I feel like it might be some hope for the front bumper, but not really the back bumper. We just gotta see it through at this point. We're $135 in and trying to paint it ourselves. You can even get one bumper paint. We're gonna run to Home Depot, but first, let me give you guys a cold start. As you hear, this thing is a burger. Let's run to Home Depot now. We just got out of Home Depot. They then had a $25 joint, so this joint was $70. Still not bad price. We got an extra buffer. We got 1000s grit and 2000, and they didn't have 3000. So we just ran the AutoZone. We're gonna get the 3000. We're gonna get some type of compound to polish it, and let's see the end result. After going on AutoZone, we got 3000 grit sandpaper, and we got some polishing compound. We're gonna wet sand it, and then we're gonna polish it, and only thing I really got hope for is the front bumper, so let's see if I can get it to shine a little bit more and maybe match a little bit better. We ain't got no gas, but we still gotta give y'all some pops. Alright, so we jumped right in it with the 2000 grit, and you could definitely see it pull some of the clear coat up, but it's gonna look ugly before it looks good. After wiping it down, you definitely see maybe I was a little too aggressive in certain areas. So I'm happy I didn't go with the 1000 and jump right to the 2000 because it would have been worse. But now we're gonna hit it with the 3000. Let's see what we get, man.
Fence on 99, you try to slide, better bring a missile. If we really not locked in, if I ain't never went out bipping, I told Wu is life a Bahu.
Not as much residue, but it's definitely some on there. Definitely looking more dog. All right, we dried it all off. Tell me if it look any different from before I started to sand it. It definitely gets worse before it gets better. Now we got our buffer right here for $80, and let's get to work. So this is the polishing compound I got. I'm sure there's more better ones, but this was just most price efficient one. So let's see how good it is.
Whoever that they gon' get twisted with. And once he wanna slide it, he got killed cause he was dissing. Same fuck black, now he up there ripping with him when he down, I go.
It's definitely picking up some shine, but maybe at this point I just got to accept defeat that it would not match this color. So this is the side I haven't touched on. You can definitely see my reflection, original paint, not so much in that. You can definitely see my reflection. So the polish is definitely doing something. Alright, it's definitely looking a little closer, but it's still like a tint dark, so it is what it is at this point. Look a lot better, and definitely had like orange pill vibes, but definitely look good. Compared to the back, I feel like it's a whole lot bigger of a difference. And you can kind of see the orange peel, like I said. So the polish definitely helps nonetheless. You guys tell me. Like I said, I paid $135 for the paint. I just paid $80 at Home Depot. So I'm $210 in paint in the front and the back bumper. Obviously, it's not perfect. You guys think it was worth saving $800, or is it so horrible that I should have spent that money? At this point, I'm gonna just repeat the exact process I just showed you guys on the front. I'm gonna do it on the back. And I'm gonna catch you guys once the car all finished, done to the best of my ability. Man, so I'm over here polishing the back bumper, and I walk to the front. With this sun beaming on it, this thing damn near matching, or am I tripping? Am I being delusional? Is the sun helping me out? Tell me what you guys think. Alright, man, we're gonna be wrapping a video up here after maybe 3 hours of polishing just the front and back bumper. The front bumper looked like it can pass, but the back bumper definitely needs at least another clear coat or something. I feel like the paint shop made it a little hard for me. I talked to a couple of my buddies. They said it was better to bring something metal to the paint shop instead of plastic side skirt, but it is what it is. For my first time, I feel like I did good. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to catch you guys next time, man.
When them niggas got on your ass and you call my phone, nigga, who rode with you? Who blow with you? slid out of 25